Okay. Hey guys, I'm Sabrina Diaz, Emerald Ambassador. And tonight we are going to be talking about a 90-day sleigh. I was watching one of Emily Roberts' girls the other day, and it really just piqued my interest because it was just extremely actionable steps. Like it was just so solid. And even what she was saying, I wanted to break it down just even a little bit more. So don't mind my like flow sheets over here. They make sense to me. One day I'll make it make sense for you guys. But for the time being, I'm going to explain my way through it so we can all get on that same page. So, first and foremost, number one, figure out your goal. You can't prepare for something that you don't know what to prepare for. So, first and foremost, take 1 to 3 days, guys. Don't just do this like in 10 minutes. Don't do this like in 24 hours. Take the time to really think out this goal. And I want you to break it down. So, it's not just like a blanket statement. All right. So, get clear and get measurable. What is it that you want for this 90-day sleigh? It can be anything. This does not have to be a rank up. Okay. It doesn't have to be a point advancement. It can be whatever you want it to be. If you want to develop one silver, let that be your main focus. But you have to have a focus and an actionable goal for these 90 days. All right. Think of it as the concrete to the house that we're about to build on top of it. If you don't lay that foundation down, there's nothing that you can do to build on top of it to make it stable. All right. So figuring out that 90-day goal. Then I want you to break it down into monthly milestones. All right. So you have this big goal. Now divide it into 3 months. So just for simple numbers, if you wanted to grow by like 300 points, you would break it down. I want to grow by 100 points each month, and then break that down even further, how many signs it would take. I like to do it as a team and then by myself. As a team, it's about 20. By myself, it's about 17-ish. But that gives me a number to strive to. Okay. It gives me an idea of what I need to do to hit those numbers. All right. So this is number one. I have 6 steps, so bear with me. But that is clear. Number one, figuring out that goal, breaking it down into monthly actionable steps, and then putting it into action. All right. So that's number one. Number two, what are your daily non negotiables going to be? And I'm preaching to the choir here, guys. This is something that I'm really going to commit to for 90 days, and I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm not looking at this as 3 months. I'm looking at this as what can I complete today? And then tomorrow I'm going to complete what I can complete tomorrow. But in those non-negotiables, I'm going to give you the list that I'm going to use. And I think it's a pretty sweet list. So you might want to write it down. So reach outs. We're already doing the 10 right now. That's conversations. I think intentional 5 reach outs is going to be key. Okay. Getting those 5 people in your queue, spot on. Number 2, follow up with 5 people. So you're reaching out. Now you're following up. Okay. This is going to, with this messenger challenge that we're doing right now, it's going to explode your funnel. So this is going to be too easy. All right. So 5 follow-ups. Posting daily. Again, speaking to myself. We all know what we have to do, but we're not going to do it unless it's intentional. You have to do the non-negotiables. Okay. So put this into play. This is your plan. Ready, set, go. Um, Engaging the comments. So before you make that post, that what you're talking about that day for your Plexus post, go comment on some people that you would like for them to see your post. It's kind of like a magnet. If you comment on theirs, they're gonna see what you're posting. All right. So daily comments on the people you want to see your post. This is key. Okay. It's simply like opening up a phone book and knowing that you have to go and call a plumber. So you go to the plumber section. This is exactly what you're doing. You're attracting people to your post. Okay. Do that. Complete your personal growth. So this is something I do on a daily basis. And I think it's incredibly important. You have to take care of you. All right. So how are you going to grow yourself? How are you going to grow your mindset? How are you going to relax after, a difficult day? How are you going to organize if you're feeling overwhelmed? These are the things that you have to put into place before it actually happens. So we don't want to go, like we talk about sick care and preventative care. You don't want to go into a situation and have no escape route. Okay. Do your personal growth on a daily basis, and it's going to become a habit. You're going to start to have those, relaxed feelings. Everything's going to start working out better. Working out is actually something that you should be doing daily, not because I'm a personal trainer, but because it's science. It is incredibly good for you. And I'm not talking about hitting the weights every day, guys. Go for a walk, get outside, get in the sunshine, listen to some podcasts. Check this out. This is like a mind blower. Ready? You can do both at the same time. That's two things at once. We're multitaskers. This is amazing. Go for a walk, listen to a podcast, listen to something that's going to fuel you, but also listen to something that's going to push you a little bit further. Now, listen, I love a good murder mystery. I love all the cool stuff, but it's not going to grow my business. Okay. So kind of pulling in, some of like the business stuff, getting into that, and then rewarding yourself with a little bit of murder mystery, game on. Okay. But if you're not advancing each day, the needle doesn't move forward. So I want you to ask yourself the things that you're doing for your business. Now, I'm not talking about everything that you do throughout the day. The things you do for your business. Is what I am doing today going to move the needle forward tomorrow? And if the answer is I don't know, you probably need to skip that. And yes, Scamanda was amazing. Comes out on Thursdays. But I get my personal growth done. So, okay. So my last one in my daily non-negotiables is talking to people. And I'm not talking about messages, guys. Get on the phone, get in front of somebody, have some human interaction. It's going to enhance your business. I cannot remember the statistics, but it was way over the top if you had a conversation with people in person than if you text messaged. There's a drastic difference. And then the trust is so much better. It's so much stronger when you have people, when you're talking to people and they can hear your voice. Number 3, we're going to keep going. Weekly business builders, focusing on them. Okay. And what I mean by this, listen, Plexus has made this easy. They have given us an opportunity call every single week. So typically, if this was like 2 years ago or even just a couple months ago, I'd say you should be hosting an event. You should be doing a messenger event. You should be doing some. Plexus has done it for you. So the only thing that you have to do now is have a conversation and send a link. Let Plexus do it for you. They're good at it. It's not overwhelming. So if you're somebody that gets a little bit overwhelmed or don't really have a lot of extra time, utilize the link. And heck, if you have the time, go make your own event. Totally fine. Nobody's telling you you can't. Bless your soul if you have that amount of time now. but Plexus is doing it for us. Utilize the links, and they are phenomenal. I hope all of you have been to the opportunity events and the product events. Let's leverage these because they are given to us as a gift. Each and every week, this is something that the Diamonds have said for a long time. Doing weekly events is what made them successful. Plexus is giving it to us, and it's shame on us if we're not sending out that link. Okay. If you really want to grow and you really want this 90-day slay and you really want to move forward, send the link. Let them do the rest for you. So this is definitely something, just a little transparent. My 90-day goal is growing my leadership. I want to get better. I want to lead from the front. I want to show up and be super consistent. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find podcasts on leadership. I'm going to start doing the things I say I'm going to do. I'm going to start bringing my people alongside with me. These are things that if you have them in your brain and you're going to do them intentionally for 90 days plus, because once we get to the 90 days, it's just going to become every day. It's not even going to feel like a challenge anymore, right? It's just going to happen. But finding out what that goal is, breaking it down to your non-negotiables, and then finding your business builders, see that flow chart? It's snowballing into each other. All right, guys. Number 4. I'm still okay with time. Number 4, now, hear me out. Power hours are going to be your biggest tool. And I'll tell you why. You need to be doing them about 3 times a week. And again, I'm talking to myself, 3 times a week at least. Because this is going to get your accountability. And plus, you do more when you're around other people. Let's be real. Let's be real. We do more when we have people sitting on call with us, when we feel a little bit more confident. We can ask some questions, get some feedback. It just works better. Okay. When you see your team working as hard as you, it feels good. All right. Let's put everything else aside. Feelings are going to lead things forward. Okay. If you feel good about what you're doing, you're going to do more things. All right. Get on the power hours. If you can't get on a certain time, if you see somebody say, listen, I'm doing a power hour right now. If you can't get on that time, take it upon yourself to host your own. I don't care who, everybody on this call has been here long enough to say, hey, listen, I'm going to work for the next hour. Come jump on with me. I'll give you my Zoom link. Okay. If a time that you see doesn't work for you, create your own. That also is leading from the front and being a leader. Show them, this is what I'm doing for the next 90 days. I'm going to do this every day at 4 o'clock. And this is what I'm going to do. Jump on if you want to. Okay. But you're on there. So creating, leading from the front. Let's see. Identify. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm going too far. Focus on when you're on your power hours, talk to your teammates. Focus on what you can be doing better, what's working for them, and really focus on your prospecting, your follow-ups, and your content creation. Okay. What I mean by that is Kristen is absolutely amazing at going live in her stories. For some reason, I'm like, man, she just knows what to talk about at all times. I really just love watching her stuff. Ask the questions. Hey, what comes to your mind when you post those things? What are you thinking about? What do you think you get the most attention for on your stories? Like, what are people wanting to see? Ask the questions, guys. We are a team. And if we help each other, we're going to move that needle forward. So asking the questions while on the power hours. And check in with an accountability partner. Who's your accountability partner? If you don't know right now, pick one. Pick that person. I know who mine is. Bless her soul. She's my therapist. Thank you, Tova. But if you have an accountability partner and you touch in with them or have them touch in with you. Like, hey, what'd you get done today? Hey, I know your power hour is usually around 4 o'clock. You still working today? What's going on? Or be an accountability partner for somebody else because it will make you a little bit more accountable. Goes both ways. All right. Speaking about accountability partners. Okay. So accountability and tracking. Now, again, I'm speaking to myself because I love loose leaf paper. I love writing things all over the place, and then they end up all over the place. Have a good tracking system. All right. Have a 90-day sleigh tracking system. You can start with the people that you're already reaching out to right now. Your 100 conversations is going to be your funnel for your 90 days. All right. Figure out how you're going to track it. I really could care less of how you track it as long as you do and it's in one place. I said on one of my calls, if you write in a notebook, don't close it. Because once you close that notebook, everything that you just wrote is closed off. Keep the notebook open. Okay. If you have it in a notebook, if you have an Excel spreadsheet, keep it on the bottom tab. Don't close it out because when you close it out, your shop is closed. All right. Have your tracker visible where you can see it. When I first started, I had a binder. I loved it, and for some reason I got away from it and I'm going back to it. I have to. It makes me feel complete to know that all of my things are in one space and I don't have to worry about if I'm missing something or somebody because you're failing your people if you don't reach out to them. All right. So my preference is a binder. I know Tova's preference is an Excel spreadsheet. Figure out what works best for you, but use a system that works. Okay. I went through that. Sorry, guys. I got my notes all over the place like usual. But let's see. Okay. Last but not least, stay consistent. Stay bold. So if you're going into this, you can't be wishy-washy. All right. You have to make that commitment to you. All right. Because in 90 days, you will thank you for today. All right. So no stopping, no slowing down. This is your sprint to momentum. It takes about 90 days to get into momentum, and we're going to do it together. Listen, guys, there's 10 of us on this call. We are an incredible team. When we work together, look what we've been through over the last several months. We are all here working together. These are the people that are going to make it to the top. Okay? Nothing's going to stop us. We are stronger than we ever have been, and we know how to get through hard crap. All right? So look to your left, look to your right. Know that this is our sisterhood. This is our family. This is where we're going. This is our team. Let's help each other and push to the top. 90-day sleigh. Who's with me? Anybody? Anybody? All right, guys. All right. So Inspire team calls coming up at 9. We don't have book club this week. It's going to start next week. But when we get off this call, your consistency starts now. Go order your book. Love you all. Have a good night.